welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for March, yes, that month. The 5th month of the year, 2nd day. 2024th year of the year. I don't know what it is. It's May 2nd. Huh. Interesting. And I am on New Romulus because I was just doing Gateway to Grethor with 2 accounts at one time, and I'm going to tell you, that's a challenge. Especially since they're not accounts I use, and tunes I don't use very often. So that was the circumstance. But yes, you can do it. You won't do it very well, but this is an event. Doing things well isn't necessarily what we're doing here. But since we are here and we are doing the Iconian event here, what they call it, Demon Slayer, Demon Hunter, Demon Hunting, Goodwill Demon Hunting. Yeah, I thought we could maybe, grab a tune you haven't done the Iconian arc on. I'm sure we've all got a few tunes that are relatively new. And we could go in and do the Iconian arc. Ooh, and it starts out with Uneasy Allies, which is really nice because, if I remember right, don't you get a nice outfit out of that one? Let's see. Oh yeah, you totally get a nice outfit out of that one. Okay, maybe not a nice outfit, but you get nice stuff. So I'm going to see what that is. Crud. Somebody put a combat boost on the Starfleet strike group. Don't do that, guys. This is a dilithium weekend. Unfortunately, once the boost is off, it takes 5 days before we can engage the next boost. So, focus your tunes for the maximum dilithium on your Federation tunes if you're in the strike group, bearing in mind that once it's refined, you can share it. But, you might run it amongst a bunch of them until that moment. Let's see. This is Aft Flankers, and I don't know if we've got that available. Research, special projects. Is it research? Yeah. All right, to do the 266,000. I can't afford doing that. I can give them the energy credits, but I don't have 266,000. Okay, we'll figure out some other ones that have got it. Well, what the heck? We're here. Might as well go get some dilithium while I'm here anyway. What's a little dilithium between friends? So, hold on. Am I here already? I'm already here. I didn't mean to do that. So my apologies for not being here this morning. I had class last night. And class got out at 7:10 Illinois time, 8:10 here in Indy, and I didn't get home till after 11. And the alarm went off at 4:30, and I thought, you know what? If I wake up in time to start the show, great. If I don't, well, it wasn't meant to be. Next thing I know, it's 5:54, and I'm not going to do a show at 5:54. What am I here? Oh, yeah, I'm here for some dilithium. I was trying to remember why I was here. It's because I want dilithium. Wow, she takes a lot of hits. Edgardo! Where are you, Edgardo? My faithful, trusted friend.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Chilling.
You're chilling late at night. How'd that happen?
Finished another successful match in Dead by Daylight.
Ah. But this is late for you. Are you working tomorrow?
No.
How lovely.
We have a banking holiday triage with yesterday. Well, today is not a bank holiday, but it's kind of like people just take a day off.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
And there's a bank holiday tomorrow because it's Friday, and I just did a synergizing thing with 5-day weekend.
Oh, yeah. That is amazing.
That's the best, right? Like, there couldn't be anything better. Having 5 days in a row. Unfortunately, that got rejected from Dika, so there you go.
Well, at least you got a response from them.
Oh yeah, that's a big hop forward, because, like, I don't know, last time I actually got any response from a company that offered jobs, but not exactly respond to, like, resumes and stuff, so...
I swear to goodness.
It was very well worded too, so it wasn't like, oh, you're so, bad that we didn't even look at you. It was just like, yeah, consider that for the future in anything.
Yes, I like that. I mean, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's like I'm not skilled enough to do anything, but I applied. They politely accepted my application. They gave it some time, and then they politely declined it. So I give
Yeah,
Dika some credit, or Decca, or
for
whatever they
sure.
are.
For sure.
But
Uh,
I made the decision today to pretty much start quitting as of when is June 1st?
in a month's time,
It's a month's time. Oh, it's
roughly.
a Saturday, so June the 3rd will be the first week where I'm doing partial hours.
Nice.
Yes, but unfortunately we have so many people out right now, either doing business or personal stuff. It's a Frost. Hi, Frost.
Am I here?
You're here. Can you hear us?
I exist. Yes, I can.
Okay. Well, after last time, we couldn't.
Yeah.
We could hear you, but you couldn't hear us. Hey, Chris is here. Frost.
Hello. You're awfully quiet to me. Let me just
I'm
fix
not
that.
Yeah, he is quiet. He's a quiet, shy, retiring type. Okay, I'm lying about
Well,
I
that.
hope you guys are having an awesome day.
So I was thinking, if for people who'd like to be doing the new Iconian event,
oh, that's right.
yeah, I was thinking let's do Gateway to Grethor and then let's do one of the Iconian episodes. So grab a tune who hasn't done it yet and we can go through it.
I'm up for it. I mean, I'm not sure about the episode. I'm not sure how long will I actually retain attention span before I start considering
The
sleeping. But
first one is Uneasy Allies. In fact, none of these are short, but none of them are that long either. It's not like the new ones. With the team, if we F through all the dialogue, we can do it pretty quick. But for the moment, let me send out some invitations here for Gateway. Get everyone started on that.
oh, they launched a Dyson thing. Ew.
A Dyson thing? Ooh. Oh, the new
The
ship?
Dyson ships. Yeah.
Yeah, they did the Dyson ships.
I mean, I don't mind the design. They're a lot better than the originals. They actually look quite futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
But I never liked the Dyson ships in the first place. The
Oh.
performance was like always just
Well, the
atrocious.
performance, I'm told, is better, but I don't know what that means. Did you change tunes, Frost?
And here's the original one, which I don't think he got any visual updates.
Absolutely, Rachel. Love to have you join us.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Just something to do is I don't know what the problem is.
Okay, so somebody on the internet was having an issue with loading Windows 11 onto their computer, and I suggested
Who hasn't?
my suggestion was get a hammer, a piece of wood, and a nail, and put the hammer and the piece of wood and the nail in front of the computer and start pounding the nail into the wood, and then looking at the computer and going, "This could be you," and then, "Are we going to load this program or not?" And leave the hammer there for it to see it.
Funny enough, that's a method that we used to have, like in like the communist times, whenever they made a television set, fridge, a washing machine, or anything like it. Keeping a hammer or like a blunt object,
Yes.
blunt heavy object nearby actually makes it work.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah.
even using
You-
that object,
you have
like
to
hitting
threaten
on
them.
the frame.
You have to put them in
Sometimes
their
we even
place.
hit it. Sometimes we'd hit it on the frame and it actually started working, and there was no logic to that because, like, it's not like the stuff that is inside is directly touching the cover, especially in the old kinescope type TVs that weighed like 30 kilos each. You could kill a person by throwing it off the window from the first floor because it was so freaking heavy. But yeah, somehow hitting it with a blunt, heavy object made it work.
Oh yes, percussive
Ridiculous.
maintenance.
Yeah, why am I getting choose your waiting now? I'm not getting anywhere. Okay, I'm looking at the. Okay, I could like the Federation ship.
Seeing if anybody wants to join us for a little gateway here.
The Federation Dyson ship, I mean, but.
I have other priorities right now.
I mean, I'm not buying. I can't afford anything at
Yeah.
the moment. I actually bought a lot of cosmetics for Dead by Daylight, and I
Well, I
can't
I
buy any more
paid the
stuff.
mortgage today. One of what's the mortgage last for us? 30 years?
Typically, yes.
Yeah, okay. So one down, 359 to go.
I'm feeling that. I'm on the mortgage myself.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
I like that cutout. If you see the new Dyson Federation ship, it has this cutout in the saucer section, like in the middle. And if you look on the internal walls, they show you, I don't know, like kind of like 32nd century design windows kind of thing. If you look closely, if you zoom into the cutout in the in the saucer section, on the
oh,
inside
yeah.
walls, it shows like windows, and they look really cool. That's a very futuristic idea, and I think the front cover is that the glass thing is actually transparent, so it's like covering some stuff that's in there. Actually, kind of
Yeah, it's kind of
nice
cool.
upgrade. It is a kind. It definitely is high quality glow up for sure. I do kind of like it. It kind of the deflector resembles Chimera a little bit as well.
A little bit.
Chimera deflector is very similar. What do
Hello,
blondes
Sav.
and the hurricanes?
Yes, Sav says, what do blondes and hurricanes have in common? First, there's a lot of sucking and blowing, then you lose your house.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh
Well
my
played,
God!
Sav. Well played.
Nice one.
Well, it looks like nobody else is
It's
joining us for Gateway, so I'm going to cue this thing up. Weeboo?
I'm currently actually in that.
Yes, I noticed that, Frost. We were trying to invite you, but no. You were better than us, and you got started ahead of it.
Actually, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't choose anything.
Oh, it just magically sucked you in?
Sometimes it does that.
I know it does that. It's very weird.
What isn't weird about this game?
So I was having a cookie after dinner, and I felt something very crunchy in the cookie. It turned out to be one of my teeth. So,
That's
yep. So now I have a
unusual.
broken tooth on each side, and I guess that's a good way to go spend a couple $1,000 that I don't have.
Couple of thousand
At
bucks.
least you still have your teeth.
Yes, I still have.
I can't say that.
This. Yeah, well,
Yeah, my dad had an issue where he could literally, and it was a faultless, painless, bloodless. He just pulled his teeth one day out.
No, I got poisoned from my time at Afghanistan.
well, I'm just old, and having kids sometimes damages your calcium in your teeth,
I
and
heard about
they're
that.
very
Like, there's
prone
a
to breaking
depletion
after
of
that.
calcium in the body
Yeah.
from pregnancy.
If
Well,
you don't have enough, the baby will suck it out of your teeth and bones.
funnily
Well,
enough,
that
I
sounds
mean,
like
funnily, I've actually heard.
Things like parasitic.
In a way,
Yeah, I heard that kids, children, like during the pregnancy, are kind of like they function like a parasite because they
Yep.
override a lot of stuff.
Yes, indeed they do.
But the fact that
weird
I'm
thing is
calling
you will
little
never
children
leave it
parasites
till
isn't
they're
actually exaggerated.
In more ways than one. Where the heck?
Well, they're all gone. The
They're all
debris
around
flew
the
in.
other side.
Do I see difference? Like there's a debris that leaves trace now? That's new.
Yeah, and some maps, yes. Okay, hang on,
But
Sav.
the Iconians, that's a new thing. They never left debris like this, floating about.
No, I've noticed it today. I had not noticed it prior to this, though it could have been prior to this. Let's see, Sav says, a man is walking through a parking lot holding a grandfather clock. A drunk stumbles by and bumps into the man, and the clock breaks into a million pieces. The man says to the drunk, why don't you watch where you're going? The drunk says, why don't you wear a wristwatch like a normal person?
Wow.
I don't know what to say about it.
It's a Satalia level joke. Meaning it's very good.
Oh. What was it? What does a pregnant woman and a frozen bottle of beer have in common?
Okay, I have no idea.
Someone pulled too late. Pulled out too late.
Oh. Why are we
All
talking
right, there we go. We're setting the tone for tonight, aren't we?
Just a tad.
Oops, no, I
I'm
didn't
gonna
mean
be
to
an
do that.
ignoramus. Has anyone here actually watched ever the what's it called? Stranger Things?
Yeah,
I
there's something called Stranger Things. I've never watched it, but I've heard of it.
it's
Fair enough.
such a low bar. Like there was a movie called The Mist, which is basically the exact same premise.
What was it called?
The Mist,
Mist?
Stephen King.
Really?
It's the Stephen King book, right?
Yeah,
There was
There
two
was a
of them.
there
There's-
was a TV series and there was
There's a TV movie.
film
Yeah.
and there was a movie.
Yeah.
Neither of them are. I don't know about the book. I mean I have not read it, but the
The
way the film
books.
ends got me so pissed off. I wanted to murder someone.
I don't remember how the film. I don't even remember how the book ends.
Well,
So
the film ends like they've done all of this stuff to like end up in the middle of nowhere, and suddenly military comes out, and that's the end.
Okay,
So,
that does not sound very
in-
exciting.
in the book,
Just like
uh,
what?
it's a government experiment went wrong. They accessed another dimension, pulled somebody in, and they started to take over.
Oh,
That's
that's.
essentially
Okay, then the
same
movie
premise
took a
behind
wrong
Stranger
turn.
Things.
I thought the mist was the town, like
Yeah.
in Maine, and the mist comes in, and I didn't
Well, there's
remember.
two of them.
Okay.
The one that I'm talking about is about the government experiment that went wrong.
Okay. No, I don't
Yeah.
know that one.
And that's basically the premise behind Stranger Things. But they added a young adult.
Oh,
but
so
oh, that's
that's
rather kids.
what that is. I keep seeing little snigglets of something on, like YouTube shorts, but it never tells you what it is that you're watching. And it's one of those. That's interesting-ish.
It's just,
With
in
an
my
emphasis
opinion,
on
it's
ish.
a good idea that didn't need to be made twice.
I mean, the concept of like parallel dimensions is it's so potent because there's so much stuff you can fit into that idea.
Bet you can.
But the way they go, it's always the most predictable and the most
Yeah.
So
dumb way that I don't know. I've been working on something that kind of touches parallel universes. Writing, I haven't written that
mathematically,
over here, but that's beside the point. But
to actually access another dimension,
Say that
it's not
again.
an easy thing to do. I said parallel universes mathematically exist, but to access another dimension requires a material that we don't possess. So accessing a parallel dimension of any kind would require, science fiction in and of itself.
I'm not
You
sure.
basically
I
would have
mean,
to turn off gravity.
I'm not sure about the science side of these things, but nevertheless, it is still a fascinating concept, and it has been touched. I mean, I think the biggest influence for me for like parallel universes was a TV series that actually was made by Polish and Australian televisions, national televisions, that they
What-
collaborated, and
what
they
was it
shot
called?
partially in Australia and partially in Poland.
What was it called?
The title is Spellbinder. A full premise is on YouTube. You can totally watch it. I don't think it's a piracy, but because it's been there for such a long time. And it was a teen-oriented TV series.
Mhm.
They did that in like late 90s, early 2000s when they were like doing these different TV series. And strangely enough, Polish national television and Australian national television actually collaborated on that. So there were actors from both sides doing that, and like scripts and on-site shots that done here and there, and it was quite actually interesting because the premise is of a young, I don't know, I think he's like 16 years old, maybe 15, something like it, young boy, like in, I don't know, I don't know much about these schools, so I don't know which level of school or what it was it called. I don't think it was high school. I think there was something below it.
Well, if it was America, that would be high school age. So, but
It was Australia, so I
right.
don't
So
really know.
yeah, I don't know what it is there.
Yeah.
Where's
That's the
WC when
thing.
you need them?
They have electricity in Australia?
On occasion, yes.
They even have internet, surprisingly enough.
Only sometimes.
They're advanced.
I mean, I think it's worse in New Zealand, but I actually know that from someone I know who lives there. Um, who actually moved from Poland to New Zealand out of all of the
Oh,
places.
New
I
Zealand's
kind of
interesting.
New Zealand is beautiful and it's
Yes,
a
it is.
lovely place to live, except that they have very strict migration rights
Yep.
laws right now.
Oh, yes, they do.
It was a lot more forgiving and easy to get there in the 90s when they moved, like the late 90s. And they moved there with the entire family. Our parents knew each other, like I and their daughter, we were like same age roughly. I mean, we still are. Um, and we knew each other, and then suddenly, bam,
One of
we're
you stop
moving.
aging
They're
for a bit?
moving to New Zealand. Sorry, what?
No, so did one of you stop aging for a bit?
Dag nabbit,
Um,
How
close.
are you? Oh
Close your
yeah.
radiation gateway. Close.
I'm closing.
Um,
No, this one isn't.
so I have a friend of
Surprising
mine
me.
that worked for Weta Digital in Wellington for 4 years,
Okay.
and he talked about everybody there was lovely, beautiful, this, that, and the other thing.
It is?
But
Yes.
if you want to work there and you haven't been sponsored to work there,
Yeah, no.
good luck.
Yep, no, not going to happen.
Yeah, the same thing is for the UK right now. And New Zealand has been enforcing that for quite a few years. One reason why I do understand that they have these strict migration laws is because they have very limited terrain.
Yeah.
And like half the world would want to move to New Zealand, and they wouldn't be able to accommodate everyone. Secondly, they have very strict building laws. Architecturally speaking,
Really?
they can build in very few places.
Yeah,
There's a ton of national parks which are protected,
Yes.
and they're supposed to be pristine and uncorrupted, so they are not allowing to build in those places. So there is very little room for like new architectural development stuff. There's a very strict sense of like control what is being built, where it's being built, how it's being built, how it's going to affect the environment. Uh,
but it's great for the
National.
Kiwi tribe.
I mean, everyone could try it, but yeah, they're quite strict about that.
Good evening, Darkwrath. I am doing good tonight. How are you doing? When I was in New Zealand, you could maybe get a job there, but you needed a sponsor. You had to have a job lined up, and you had to
Yeah.
be qualified for that job, at least as well as somebody local. Admittedly, for a lot of the jobs that were interesting, the locals didn't want them like guides on the 6 months out of the year when you could go hiking. It's a brutal job, but the people who were doing the guide work for us were from England, and their kids had grown up, and they'd come in and they'd do 6 months of guide work, and then they'd go back to England for 6 months because they couldn't stay there. But my friend was looking at buying a house there as like a summer residence, so she could fly over. She lived in Australia but wanted to fly over, and they'd have some vacation time there, and then they'd fly back to Australia and share it amongst everybody in the family. And I don't know if they ever wound up doing that. I will hope so.
Well,
Yeah,
I know that if you're sponsored and everything, I mean, people treat you like you're a celebrity no matter where you go. If you're like working for a big company,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're related to that person, if your family comes with you, your family is just gonna have to sit at home and do nothing
Mm-hmm.
because they're not getting a job anyway.
Right. Right. They have to go through the same thing of they have to be.
funnily enough, the same thing is right now in the United Kingdom. Great Britain did the same thing. They literally like so many rules. So you have to uphold the whole household, regardless of how many people are with you, and even if people are able to work, they're not supposed to. It's just like very
I've got
restrictive.
a little bit of a trump card with that because I'm a dual citizen, so I have a Scottish passport.
A little different.
And so if I wanted to, I could go over there and do it, but I don't know if the rules are different now with the whole Brexit thing.
Could be. Dark Wrath is
Yeah.
asking, when you get a minute, I was wondering if you knew about the engineering captain. Is there anything about the engineering captain?
A what?
Dark Wrath is asking about the engineering captain.
What about the
I
engineering?
don't know.
cap?
I'm trying to find out. As in, is it a fun one to play? Yes, I liked playing engineers because basically You set up the equipment and you go have a scotch while everybody does the work. I like playing engineers, especially on ground.
If you want to play a really good tank, an engineer is the best character for it
Yeah.
because they can stay alive for days.
Yep. Yep. They get a lot of the good,
Um,
seriously good toys. Always have.
the only disadvantage with engineers is that they don't really have a lot of area of effect abilities. And so you're doing a lot of individual targeting. Like the tactical has AoE, they can summon things in to help themselves out. But engineers are all about keeping the rest of the party alive. So if you want to play support, engineers are great. But if you want to do stuff on your own and you want to be the powerhouse, engineers can still be very effective at that. It's just one target at a time.
Yeah. Sais are also good for some nice AoE toys. Make good magic.
But side tunes are the best for AoE. Tactical are the best for like really good
Pew pew.
DPS.
Severe pew pew. Hang on.
Right, I was asking about the Stranger Things because I was curious if anyone's familiar, because there's some sort of creature there.
Which
That was
creature do you
like-
know?
It's called Demogorgon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like where they finally turned Seymour into a.
I mean, the name came from a game.
Yes,
that the
comes from
kids are
D&D.
playing. Yeah, but they just called. I don't know, for whatever reason, they just called this creature Demogorgon.
Yes, that's what it is in the show.
Yeah, so the Demogorgon actually came from D&D 70. It doesn't match the dates of Stranger Things.
Although they do feature D&D a lot in that show.
Yes, they do.
They play it. I think the
Mhm.
kids are like involved. I tried like 3 or 4 times to watch this, but I'm like, nope. I couldn't get into it. For once, it has too many kids. I just can't stand kids in general. So like, having a show that's kid centric, I'm like, sorry, I'm just.
Yeah,
I think
no.
I'm have a date with my dinner, so I'm like, nope. I already ate it. I don't want to return it to sender. And I couldn't get into it because it was just like, it's just trying to be too sinister about setting up.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who the bad guy is in the show, because at some point you're looking at like the government being the bad guy. At some point you're looking at law enforcement being the bad guy. Then you're looking at the kid being the bad guy, and it shifts a lot.
Mm.
And you're not really sure who to actually be afraid of.
GSQ says hi. Dark Wrath, speaking of...
Here!
She's here.
Hi.
She knew you were here. Engineering and a scatter build. I'm not sure what you mean by scatter build, but like cannon scatter builds?
Because Cannon Scatter Volley, I don't think any sort of specialization is going to help with that.
Yeah, that's
It's
that's
more
not
about
really an
equipment.
engineer. That's an
Yeah,
engineer.
I think it's more about the equipment you put on it.
Yeah, because
All about the equipment.
it's got a lot to do with the ships. And
Yeah, it depends on the shipment on the equipment. You can have cannons even on a side build, and they're still going to be decent. It's just, it depends what you're trying to achieve with those cannon builds, like whatever
The
you
reason
mentioned.
that I said the psi build is best for AoE is because a lot of AoE in space, at least, is
Yeah.
based on EPG, and science automatically gets a bonus to EPG.
Yep.
Tactical automatically gets a bonus to putting out damage. Engineering automatically gets a bonus to keep themselves alive. And a lot of their base abilities, based on the class, are specific to either keep yourself alive or AoE or damage output. So I mean, yeah, other characters can definitely do it. The top damage dealer in the entire game right now is an engineer. It's just he's targeting one thing at a time. That's the only thing I was.
Yeah.
yeah, Dark Wrath.
I can.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say there are quite a few good cannon scatter volley builds that are out there. MC Stu's got a bunch on his channel, different builds.
Yeah, I'm certainly not saying that engineers are bad. I mean, my favorite character is my engineer. But when I want to do a lot of damage, I play my tactical. When I want to do damage where I can control the battlefield, I don't have to target as many things. I grab my science card. That's just how I play the game.
Rachel, on your CSV build, what's your captain's career path? Psi, TAC, or NG? So Rachel's doing it on attack. Demise of Liberty says Eng is great on the ground. I agree, engineer's great on the ground. Like I said,
yeah.
you set up your toys and you sit back and you have a scotch while everybody else does everything.
In fact,
Perfect.
engineers have this thing where they technically can't die. If you want to do like an elite mission all on your own with no help whatsoever, it's going to take a long time. You can definitely do it with an engineer.
It depends. I'm really good at dying with all of my tunes, regardless of
Well,
anything else.
you're just talented.
I'm
Ambitious.
talented, yes. I'm skilled. I practice it a lot.
Yes.
Do you though?
People do
I
that.
think it's a natural talent. You're a natural.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm good at
Well,
some
gotta be
things.
good at something.
So, does anybody else need to do Gateway or Brotherhood of the Sword or anything else? Gateway is
Well, technically I haven't touched my endeavors because there was no show today.
one of us overslept
morning.
because we got home really late and moving forward. Well, we'll see.
That
After
was me.
June
I
3rd.
overslept.
Yes, I definitely overslept.
I was the one that overslept. You were fine.
The alarm went off at 4:30, as it should, but I didn't go to bed till midnight-ish. And kind of woke up. It was a late class, and then it's a 3-hour drive home. It only took me 2.5 hours to get out there, and that was with traffic and stopping. So I'm figuring it should take me 2.5 to get home. And it was coming up on 3 hours before I walked in the front door, and I don't know why it took an extra half hour to get home. It was
Magic.
magic, yeah. And of course, the dogs need to go out, and I have to eat some dinner, and get ready for work, and realize I don't have any clean clothes for the next day, and yada 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 yada. So it was midnight before I went to bed, and when the alarm went off at 4:30, I'm like, I'm going to go back to sleep. And if I get up in time, I'll do the show. And if I don't get up in time, I won't do the show.
Well, it's only fair.
I really needed the sleep. And I guess I looked like it, too, because I walked in and one of my coworkers was like, Miss Gay, you look terrible. Thank you, Carlos. So sweet of you.
Ah, such a lovely compliment at the
Yes, you
beginning
do
of the
look
day.
terrible. I mean, in a good way.
No, he actually said it. You look like a bad word. I'm like, thank you, dear.
It's just
Like
something.
CRIP?
So lots of water tonight and bed at a reasonable hour. But it's supposed to be raining all day tomorrow, so I took the dogs to the woods and let them get really warm and really tired, and they're just asleep right now. Yay!
Oh, there you
Best
go.
thing ever. My fluffer, meanwhile, can't fall asleep for the past, I don't know, 1.5 hour. I don't know why.
I want to live in Belfast.
Well, Darkwrath, even if you don't watch his build, because he explains the why things work. So the core of the build is probably as valid as it ever has been. If you see a weapon out there that you think is a better weapon or a more fun weapon, because it's all about the fun, go for it.
This game is supposed to be fun.
Yes, it's supposed to be fun. Demise of Liberty wants to do ground, wants to do Brotherhood of the Sword. Let me grab a sword capable tunes. I'm going to kick everybody here. And switch over to Kethma, who's better at ground. And if anybody would like to join in for Brotherhood, we can run that one. I should probably do it on the other account, but I'm still working on that one. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. What do I want to take with? I'll take that one. Okay. There you are. Well, you're a Klingon. We have to go private. We need a full party to do that. Unless we can get enough Klingons. Let's see if we can make a private party out of this one first. He does tend to put out quite a few, so start with his most recent ones, but um, what kind of cannons are you using? Would anyone else like an invitation to do Brotherhood of the Sword? Private parties you can grab either tune.
I'm trying to write something. Give me just a second. I'll quickly be here.
Well, that's interesting. Otherwise, I'll switch over to a Federation or a Klingon tune. It's not about what's good necessarily, Dark Wrath. It's about what do you like.
Yeah, the difference about Star Trek Online than any other MMOs out there is that there's no one ultimate OP equipment that you want to go for.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a decent, or even one of the best builds with whatever you like, just as long as you have an understanding of how to optimize its use and how to get the most out of it.
My favorite
so to
cannon
speak.
build is the Zatvash, not because they're more effective, but because I like the visuals. But I like the sound effects for the Kelvin Connie cannons. I mean, the pew 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 is amazing, and they're fine cannons too. So maybe there's a color you like. I would suggest
Kelvin cannons? Did Kelvin's phasers have actually cannons?
there is a cannon with a sound effect. I heard it in a mission, the other one. Sav says, loving the new Herald Omni. So of course Sav bought it out
Of course you already bought it out.
Of course she did. She's Sav.
I mean, I was considering it, but then I looked at the price and I'm like, maybe later.
Yeah, no, I can do this. It's just... Pardon?
Who did you want me to load in?
Anybody you want to load in, we can go Federation or Klingon. It's going to be Brotherhood of the Sword, so on the ground. So whoever you've got for a ground tune.
I can do anybody for ground.
Tell you what, do you have a Klingon? And then I'll switch over to Klingon and we can pick it up from there. I'll break this party apart.
Board 2 is my...
Okay, I'm going to kick you from the team here. No solicitors. I'm going to switch over to my Klingon and have some fun. And of course, Sav's finished the campaign because, you know, Sav. So Sav, I was able to recover 2 of Ed's accounts that he and I shared together, so nothing sneaky there. But that now means I have 4 accounts, and I will tell you, running the event 4 times a day and there's no AFK option is just really. It's just awful. And if I could buy it out, I would. But I can't. I suppose I could, but I'm not going to. I paid for the mortgage instead. I had some priorities.
How dare you.
I know. What am I thinking of?
Terrible.
Let's see. Brotherhood of the Sword.
Not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Thank you. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Here we go, Demise. I suppose since this is ground, I should see what I've got for... Oh, my ground toys are fine. For good damage output, I would look at things that have got the best consoles to support them. No, we're not offended by any of it. It's a game, Dark Wrath. I hope nobody's offended by a game.
For entirely different reasons.
We will?
Yes.
So, for cannons, is there a specific type that's got the best consoles to support it? And I'm asking everybody out there.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, there are some that increase your duration of cannons.
But they're not tied to energy type, are they?
No. Well, I mean, they're phaser.
Okay.
I think they're phaser.
Rachel says I like Polaron and Plasma. For a cannon build, I probably would go with Plasma over Polaron. I'm not familiar with a ton of Polaron cannons.
So there are specific things in the game. The quad cannons, which are hands down the best cannons out there. It's just they have very limited radius, and so you have to be pretty much pointed at your enemy the whole time. But if you can figure out a way to make that work, then they're a really great thing to have, and you need to have specific ships in order to get access to it.
Well, that's the whole drawback to cannons in general, is you do have a very limited arc.
Yeah, they are really ships which is specific. And that's the biggest problem with cannons. Is they're an amazing build, but they're expensive and they're incredibly equipment specific.
Demise, I've got a good Polaron build, but it's Polaron beams, not Polaron cannons. My one major cannon build is Zatvash cannons, which I love. But it is limited. Yeah, Rachel points out you want a fast ship that turns fast, and that's a really valid point.
There are quite a few that do fit the build. It's just in order to make them the most effective and the biggest bang for your buck, it's all ships.
I'll hit this if everyone's got a spot.
I don't really know this map very well.
I got one.
That's a stupidly awesome weapon. I can target up to 8 things at the same time with it.
The devices are resetting. Synchronize
Okay.
and try again. Initiate shutdowns at the same time.
That's good to me.
To disable the other 2 Iconian
Doesn't
devices
matter that you killed all your friends.
Got one. There's the other one.
And the filer is dropping like a wet rag.
Ah, I have a feeling people don't know this.
I don't remember this map.
Okay, so on this map, you need to look around for where the 3 arrows are pointing down. And you have to trigger those. Okay, Nada's got one. There's one over there. There we go. Got that one. And they can be in different places is the problem. Okay, and this one, I think we're probably all going to skip the rescue the fire team.
Is it because we're on fire?
Not yet, no. But if they go running through the pit in the middle, they will be. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to worry about that too much.
We all need goals, right?
This is just see how fast we can get it done level of work.
Construct was constructing.
Initiate shutdowns at the same time.
Run! Run! He's bad.
That's interesting. It's an id!
We're all going to hang out.
Yeah, this is where all the cool kids are.
I said lock the door when you come in.
I'm sorry. Give me a second.
Goodbye.
That's not what I meant.
You have 15 seconds to disable the other 2 Iconian
Come back to us, Id! Come back! There's one over there. I can't get... Oh, somebody got it. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Proceed to that.
He's back
Da,
again.
da, 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 da,
This
da.
is why people have to selectively listen to me.
Yes.
Because I say some important things, but every now and again, I just need like a ball gag or something like that.
Not going there.
I have people. They could get you one.
I'm sure you do.
I'm releasing the targies.
Contact and that stuff.
To disable the other 2 Iconian
I
devices.
have contacts in Florida if you want it local.
That would be interesting. My wife would like that. Her friend is very into that.
The devices are resetting. Synchronize
My
and
wife
try
could do
again.
it.
Initiate
She's the
shutdowns
best
at the
friend
same
ever.
time.
I think they technically are all right. That's not the point.
You have 15 seconds.
Anyway,
to
how is
disable the
everyone
other 2
doing?
Iconian
We're
devices.
doing good. I'm going to turn down the game volume because
This country's going to hell. That's right.
I thought it was already there.
Well, I mean, I think somebody just hit the like a lower floor, and so it's just going down to like.
Ah,
Synchronize and try again.
there's
What?
somebody standing over here and they didn't hit their device.
I didn't. What
It
device?
wasn't you? Okay, so once somebody
I
hits
did-
the central device, these will go off.
I'm standing here.
I know, but nobody's hit the central device.
As soon as I see the F I can hit, I will hit the F.
Okay. There's one where you're standing. There's one over here by the
Simultaneously.
targets.
This is deactivate Iconian technology.
Right, click it.
I did.
Okay. Then we just wait. There we go. Got all of them.
Heralds are activating a new set of devices.
I am amazing.
We need to move to the next area.
I've got doubles of Vortu coming around. Bad. How the heck is the id?
It's hot.
To disable
Feel kind of
the
gross.
Iconian
I'll leave it at that.
Oh, you are kind of gross. Oh, for different reasons.
Yes.
Hey, I was reading that sugar and flour and yeast can all be things that might aggravate it.
A herald
Were you aware of that?
Stop it before it can break into the Great Hall.
Was not aware of that.
I
I will
looked it up
mitigate.
today.
I don't know where I'm going.
Okay, now we're going up to where the green circle is. So the first few hundred times I played this with DT, he's like, okay, and then we're going to go over here and we're going to do this and we're going to do this. And I'm like, huh? What? Huh?
A harbinger is really not having a good day.
Not anymore, no. It is an ex-harbinger. Ooh, and we get Quadro Triticale.
That was strangely fun.
Yes, indeed. And it was actually faster than Gateway to Grethor. With a good team, it's a lot faster. Hi, Joshua.
Boing, 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 boing.
Let's see.
I survived.
Strat, as main, and Intel is secondary for a
What?
cannon build.
Huh? What?
What would be your that word?
That's not a word.
Skills. Your specialization. What's your primary and what's your secondary?
You want to do? What is? Somebody told me this.
I
I
would,
run.
I would imagine
Nah.
pilot for secondary because of the need to keep it in the arc for firing at all times.
There's.
I run
okay, so-
Intel and Strat.
What?
Okay. Well, that is what I think Rachel said too.
So that doesn't work.
But Rachel then said, yes, Mom, pilot. So whichever.
It's the thing in the stuff and the other things.
Oh, I can hit you, Rachel, if you get close enough. That's what last night's class was all about.
I'd like to see this happen.
It wa-
Sell tickets.
Fine, I will. I enjoy
Fine,
it.
you do that. Fine, you do that. Fine.
I think the biggest part of good self-defense is realizing that there are people I cannot defeat because they're a lot bigger than I am. So I'm trying to do something really simple with somebody, but my hand was so small compared to his hand that I couldn't get my hand to wrap around his. I'm having to use both hands to crank his arm into position, and he's just chuckling.
That sounds like fun.
And to
That
which,
sounds like what a fight between you and I would look like.
pretty much, yeah.
Are you trying for a hold there?
Yep, yep.
Do you want me to help? I mean, is that what you're going
Well,
for?
we come then into the ever popular question is, okay, fine. Most people who are going to attack me are going to be bigger than me. I mean, I'm not a small person, but I'm not a huge person either. How do you deal with that?
You're pretty small.
Oh, I am not. I'm 5'8".
That's pretty small.
Fine.
Anybody shorter than me is small.
To which we came up with a few fun techniques. In trying to do that wrist grab, doing it with speed, even if it's lousy technique, pull them across the line of your body so you can drive your elbow into their ear as they're moving into you. That's enough of a start that maybe you can just run from there.
See, with me, it's always if they're larger than you, take them to the mat, because then their height doesn't have any advantage whatsoever.
Yeah. But bigger isn't always taller. And Rachel says, if the threat is real, I draw my 40. Yes. However, I travel a lot, and sometimes that's a bad idea.
Why would you carry around a 40 caliber? That's got a hell on your shoulder. It's
Yeah,
just
but
the stocks on a 40 are
decent
not very
stopping power?
good. See, you'd think that, but some of the best stopping power I've seen, like 5.56 has some incredible stopping power. Or sorry, 223. And I really like the 44.
Mm-hmm.
But they say that a 45 is better and a 50 is better, but the range. Hold on just a second.
Sure. I'm trying to tweak the volumes here because it is a little bit quiet. Does anybody else have any issues hearing stuff? Or is it just me?
I only listen via Discord, so.
Yeah, which is how I listen too, but even in Discord, Frost's voice was dropping out. We had real audio problems on Tuesday where people's volume was just going up and down and up and down. Thank you. Demise of Liberty says, what? So I made keto pizza for dinner, where you carefully arrange slices of pepperoni just overlapping each other, put just a little bit of tomato sauce on it, cover it with some cheese, and put it on a piece of foil in the oven for a few minutes. None of those pesky carbs.
I mean, you could make a really large, like, Parmesan crisp as the crust.
I tried that yesterday, and the problem I had with the Parmesan crisp for the crust is it decided it was going to stick to the pan. So I had really crispy pepperoni and a little bit of tomato sauce with a pan that was soaking with all my good parm in the sink.
Yeah.
Rachel says, I carry a 50 AE at times. I don't carry anything. It's kind of a no-no here. Technically, Indiana's really bad about you're not supposed to have weapons, but it's one of those. But we're not going to look. It's very still. It's very quiet tonight. It's a lovely night outside. Evening. And in this distance, I can hear some bird. I don't know what it is, but I grew up with it out when I lived in a similar area of Michigan. I don't know what it was there. I don't know what it is here. But it's very, very nostalgic. The nostalgia bird. No crickets. Oh, all them? Yeah, they're all gone. They all left.
Wait till the cicadas hit.
Yeah, that was last year.
Didn't they say there's supposed to be actually 2 broods coming?
Yes, this year, but last year was just amazing how loud they were. And I would find little cicada, not corpses, the shells, because they'd molt. And they'd be on my doorstep, and I realized they look like the bluegills from Star Trek Online. You know, the little... And I'm thinking, oh my god, they're real, they live here!
Carapace.
Yeah, those things. They were all over the place.
Yep.
Here I have 22 trees in the backyard, of which I think only 20 are alive. I have 2 that don't have a lot of green on them. And if they go down, the other trees around them will catch them. If a tree is taken out, it has to be replaced. But I'm wondering if nature takes out Mr. Tree, do I have to replace it? That is a good question.
You ever hear about that tree that owned itself?
No.
Yeah, let's see. Tree. white oak tree that owned itself. There's a Jackson oak in Athens, Georgia,
Okay.
and then due to weather and age, it kind of died.
Yeah.
So a seedling of itself inherited the spot.
Interesting. So I just Googled it, and under the question and answer section it says, if you cut the tree down, would that be considered property damage or first-degree murder? And somebody
My
answered with
assumption-
domestic treerism.
Yeah, and then there's a son of the tree that owns itself.
Wow. Very interesting. Rachel will BRB.
I don't know why I have useless knowledge like this.
Oh, useless knowledge is all my life is. Does anybody need to run Forged in Fire?
I could use something for the meta event.
Okay, that would be Gateway or Brotherhood or Herald Sphere. It's not going to be Herald Sphere, but I can do either one of the other two.
I'm game.
Okay.
I'm on Yuri.
Give me a second. Let me jump to the other account. Give me one moment here. I'd take out one of Ed's tunes, but I still haven't quite figured them out yet. Oops. Let's see. Is there an age limit on doing this? Do you know? I.e., how low of a tune can you be? I know with the last one you only had to be like 10 or something, but sometimes with the TFOs it's the TFO limitations. Let's see. Oh, great. Commander to FA. That doesn't help me. Give me numbers when they do that. She's 45. I guess I better go find an adult. Hold it. No, it says I could do it. Okay. We can give this one a try. Anybody else in need of doing whatever we're going to do? The event? One of the events? Thank you, Joshua. It's level 20. That would explain why she can do it. I actually should grab my really bad Federation tune on the other account because he needs the XP. But that will have to wait for another day. Joshua, do you need to run it? I think we lost Chris. Nope, Chris's microphone is blinking, but I'm not hearing him, so maybe he stepped away. Maybe he's off making keto pizza.
Yeah, maybe he's considering going to sleep.
Oh, no worries. You should. You should go and enjoy the fact that you don't have to get up at any time in the morning. You've got a 5-day holiday. You can chillax.
Yep, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Glad I caught you anyway.
I'm glad you did too. I will try. If I'm going to keep doing class, I might have to think about skipping Thursdays. Or as my boss suggested, or you could just take Thursdays off and we'll work just 4 days a week. And that's a thought.
That's a thought.
Or take Wednesdays off. So there's some options out there. Or stop doing classes 155 miles away from home.
Oh my god, that's a bit far.
It is, but these are my friends, and you go in there and these are all people you love and you've worked with for 20 years, and so you dislocate your wrist while they're doing a technique, but they're still your friends, and we're all laughing as we're going to the emergency room to get things wrapped up.
Well, that's a fun memory, I'm sure.
It's every single Wednesday. I walk in and
Nice.
limping, and I walked in today. My boss was limping, and I'm like, "What happened?" He said, "Oh, well, the horse wasn't really happy with me and decided to push me into a metal support in the stall and pushed hard. And I think I broke some ribs. Oops." And he, unlike me, was not smiling when that happened. Go to bed, Chris. Get some sleep. Rest. Enjoy
Yep.
your holiday.
That's the plan. Log off the game.
And we will be
Thanks
here tomorrow.
again.
Oh, hopefully I'll
And
see you
have
in
a
the
great
morning. Take care.
Yep, probably.
Okay.
Very likely.
Yay.
Alright, cheers, bye.
Bye. Anyone else out there? There's 17 of you out there listening to this. Does anyone else need to do it? Or does anybody need to do Forged in Fire? Which I have not done. That's the drawback to doing.
Forging Fires as well.
Okay. Well, let's do this one, and then I will jump over to a tune and do that one. Yeah, we can go Fed Demise.
Let me get this. Let's see.
But this one is another Brotherhood, if you want to do Brotherhood with us.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a Wolfie! Hi, Wolfie!
Okay, reset, and I got Polaron damage in space. Pulls. Pull my Polaron weapons out.
How's everyone doing today? Well, I'm doing good. Can only speak for myself. Frost is off doing frosty things. Chris just logged off. This is my other account, and I don't think I've got you as a friend on here. I don't have you as a friend on here. Can you give me your game handle and I'll put you in here? Go. Living the dream. Yeah, Rachel. That's how we do it around here. Let's see. So it's 8 o'clock. That means tomorrow to do the event will be 4. Tomorrow's what? Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. This has just been too long of a week. And there's this part of my brain waiting for the other shoe to drop and something bad to happen. Yeah, I've been waiting all week for Friday. But as somebody pointed out to me yesterday, the first 5 days after the weekend are the hardest. And it's so true. Anybody else for Brotherhood? And then we'll go tackle Forged in Fire.
I got around to watching this week's Discovery. I know it's not your cup of tea.
Nothing's my cup of tea right now. I'm just trying to get through everything. Very good. Weeboo?
Wee-woo.
I haven't even hooked up my laptop to the computer since I took it off when we went to Philadelphia. So
Really?
it's been 2 weeks since I've had the TV on at all.
Listen up.
And as I mentioned to you, I have no furniture, so I have no place to put anything at the moment. Before I go to bed, I'm going to unpack one thing. I don't care what thing it is, but I will unpack one thing. Thank Gowron, it's Friday. Yes! Yes! That is perfect.
Once a device is activated, we will have
I need a Thank Gowron, it's Friday t-shirt for the next Star Trek convention, and then I need an LFG t-shirt for my everyday life at work.
Remember, you need to deactivate all of the devices together, or else the network will reset them.
But I particularly like the LFG t-shirts where they've got the little You know, heart-shaped things with the fingers. One's Deadpool and one is Wolverine. I want that shirt. Did we do this already? No, we haven't done this. Here we go.
You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices.
Where are they? There's one. I can get one, but I can't get both of them.
The devices are reset.
Okay.
Synchronize and try again. Initiate shutdowns at the same time. You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian
I hope by the end of this event we all know how to run this one. Yay!
Heralds are activating a new set of devices. We need to move to the next area.
I'll put money on nobody wants to go for the fire team, but okay. And there's no fire team back here. Okay, that makes life really easy. Okay, well, I'll hit it then.
You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices.
I got one of them.
simultaneously.
Yay! Got it first time around. Yay!
Set of devices. Proceed to that location.
I'll go let the Targies out. Targy babies, you are free! Free! Run free, my children! Run free!
You have 15 seconds to disable
Somebody knows that one.
the devices
Wow.
simultaneously.
I'm impressed.
The devices are resetting. Synchronize and try again. Initiate shutdowns at the same time. You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
One. Did we get him?
The devices are resetting.
Duh.
Synchronize and try again. Initiate shutdowns at the same time. You have 15
Oh, somebody did that.
to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
Well, technically not simultaneously, but
The
close to
heralds
it.
are activating a new set of devices. We need to move to the next area. You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
Let's try that again.
The devices are resetting. Synchronize and try again. Initiate shutdowns at the same time. You have 15 seconds.
No, 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 no. No shooting me.
Simultaneously.
I'm working.
The devices are resetting. Synchronize and try again. Initiate shutdowns at the same time.
Oh, I've defeated 100 heralds. That's something.
You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously. The devices are
Ah,
synchronize and try again.
my bad.
Initiate shutdowns at the same time. You have devices simultaneously.
Oh, did somebody already get this one? Somebody already got that one. Sweet. Yay!
Leader is here. Stop it before it can break into the Great Hall.
Oh no, now we have to shoot things. How terrible. Oops, wrong way. Sav says, I love it when I make profit off something someone put up for a stupidly low price. Yes, every now and then. Stupid.
The heralds are driven back for now.
It is a big patch, Sav. There's a lot of... Or sorry, Delisi. Wolfie! You! Yes, you, Wolfie. There's... Apparently have a lot of stuff here to open. Okay. Undine, apparently. Yeah, we were noticing there's little things that seem to have been tweaked in this patch, which is kind of nice. Your anaphasic entity became the harbinger. Hi, Zelda fan. How are you? All right, and you wanted to do
Well, you were asking about Forge and Fire. We
Forge
can
and
do that.
Fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to grab a different tune. Since asking that tune to do it is sad. You're still on the team. There we go. Because I didn't kick you from the team. Zelda is currently hungry. Well, Zelda, as I was describing earlier, you take yourself some pepperoni and you make a nice, I don't know, 5x4 arrangement of little pepperoni slices, and then you fill it in with little pieces in between so there's no empty space. And you do this on a piece of foil that's got a little spray on it like Pam. Then on top of that goes just a little bit of tomato sauce with garlic and olive oil and a little oregano, but not too much. And then you sprinkle it all with whatever cheeses you've got. Mine is Parmesan, Mozz, and Gruyere. 450 degree oven for 6 minutes. The pepperoni turns into crispy, crunchy, beautiful, keto-friendly crust. And then you've got cheese, which is, cheese. Baked fish gets done on Mondays because there's nothing like the smell of the remains of the baked fish in either my fridge or my garbage after one day in the summer. Blech. That said, baked salmon is baked salmon, sauteed spinach with garlic. The dogs and I are both very happy. I was at some restaurant in Brooklyn and the food was good, but the side dish they had was lentils and the other side was sauteed spinach. And my friend and I were doing the food's good, and then we got to the spinach and we're like, can we get more of this? And I'm like, sure. The lentils were also good because I like lentils. All right, so this time around we're going to go do Forged in Fire. Does anyone want to join us for a little Forged in Fire? And for all of you out there in viewer land, if you'd like to join us for a little Forged in Fire, you are welcome to. Get your daily done. I'd grab a second one, but I'm not sure I can run both competently. Tilapia baked from frozen. I know tilapia is not supposed to be good for you, but boy, do I like tilapia. Hi there. The door is open. You do not need to have me let you out. The dogs are looking at me like, we need to go out. The door's open. Just walk out there. Oh, she went back to bed. Okay, fine. All right, let's... do we want to do normal or advanced? Oh. Wolfie says, I'll join only when the patch finishes and you tell me what you think. What I think about... Oh, sorry. I've made myself a new emote for all the bot banning I do as a mod. What do you think? Oh, yes, definitely. It's a hammer to the head. I want that one. I am so desirous of that one, Wolfie. I have been doing so much bot banning this week. It's crazy. And I hadn't had to do it for so long, but now it's a thing. Ed, do you have a preference on advanced or normal for Forged in Fire?
Either work for me.
Well, how about if we queue them both up and we see which one goes? Oh, no solicitors. Oh, we don't have an option. It's only giving us the normal option.
Event 1, okay.
But it's not an event.
No? Oh.
No, Forged in Fire is just the universal. It's just not giving me an option. Everything else is there. Did we never get an advanced version of it? Ooh, jalapeno garlic tilapia over... Oh, yeah. Totally, Rachel. Okay, I guess we're going normal. This would be another one we need to have on advanced, like Operation Wolf. Operation Wolfie. They need to rename that one. No, I like that one.
Now I want to go to Luby's and get the baked whitefish.
I want to go to the Sangiovese at the Ironworks, because they have the best bruschetta. They bring it to you as grilled sourdough bread with garlic olive oil that you put on the bread yourself on this beautiful crispy sourdough toast. And then you get finely chopped tomatoes, basil, garlic that you spoon on top, and slices of mozz that goes on top of that. It's kind of build it. Hi, Swear! And I got in there the first time, and they're like, oh, well, we're happy to seat you, but you have to be out of here by 5:45. This is at 5. Fine, no problem. I can get out of here. And then nobody showed up by 5:45, so they're like, oh, you can stay a little bit longer. Well, I guess I'll have dessert. Well, I can stay a little bit longer. I guess I'll have a glass of wine. Yes, Swear, there is a new ground today. We have our choice.
Someone still didn't show up. It's like, okay, I guess I'll have a cup of coffee and a
Yep.
croissant.
Yeah, after the wine, I needed the coffee because it was a hot day. It was a very warm day. Let's see, Wolfie. Oh, thank you, Wolfie. I will definitely steal that. So we were just doing Brotherhood of the Sword, and we did Gateway earlier, and I think Brotherhood goes a lot faster. It feels like it goes faster. Because it's not time-gated, maybe? Good evening, Mr. Dave.
Weeboo?
Oh, Weeboo. Yes, sorry.
A weewoo?
A Weeboo. Hi, Joshua.
A wee, a woo,
Hello.
a wee, a woo, a wee, a woo, a wee, a woo.
Let's not start singing the Lion King's.
That's not the Lion King. That's The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
For those of you who don't know me,
The isn't that the intro music for Lion King?
Nope.
No. You're thinking the Circle of Life.
That one. Yes.
I was, I was thinking, nope. Though they do use it, I believe, in the montage leading to older Simba.
Zelda makes her baked tilapia with Italian seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, dill weeds, cinnamon on top of butter-flavored cooking spray. Cinnamon. Cinnamon. I would never have thought of cinnamon. Oh. Do we have to? Oh yeah, we have to save people too. So don't forget to go looking in doorways and stuff, everybody. Probably should figure this out in advance and decide who's going to go where.
Clear. Clear. Let's get to that turbo link.
Okay. I thought there was an advanced version of this, though.
Heads up. We've got a welcoming committee. Once the room is clear, we'll get started.
Ah, yes, the children have found something to bark at. Thank goodness.
Clear. Proceeding to Alpha and Beta on the left. I'll hit Gamma and Delta on the right.
I'm just going to stroll around here and look for people who are hiding.
I need backup at Console Alpha. We're all clear at Console Alpha. Moving on. Backup requested at
Found
Console
somebody.
Alpha.
What is this new loading screen? It's for the new meta event that just started about 8 hours ago, Mr. Dave. This is the 4th of 6 or 3rd of 6 meta events.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You could say we're halfway through this year's Meta event.
Yeah, this is the third.
so this is an Iconian event, and you have your choice of Gateway to Grethor, the Herald Sphere, or Brotherhood of the Sword. And it does its usual 20-hour cooldown. There is a AP Omni, I believe, is one of the options for the goodie prize.
Yep, Herald, Antiproton, Omni, and a wide-angle dual cannon for Herald, and a mace.
And
Dual heavy cannon.
Sav likes the mace because, you know, Sav.
Sarv will like anything decent.
Well, Mr. Dave, you don't need my help, but you're more than welcome to jump in and shoot things with us. We can do it again.
There are so many things that could be solved with a mace.
Yes.
Slapping
it
people
depends.
over the head,
Yeah,
like the catapult.
it just depends on them if it's, you know, pepper spray or a morning star.
Yeah,
Don't forget, mace is also a spice.
True.
we're going to mice yourself up.
Did we get everybody up here?
So what you're saying is instead of spraying them in the eyes or hitting them upside the head, bake them cookies?
Pretty much, yeah.
You know the cool thing is with this character right now, he's up to 71,000 dill.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah,
want more?
Or what?
I'm so happy it's supposed to rain this weekend, so I have no excuse to go out and actually work on the house, and I can just do some dill mining because I've used up all my dill. No.
I'm still trying to grind down my main, so I'm now.
Well, it'll grind down on its own if you've got a automated system.
Which I do.
Well, then,
Just don't play the character.
yeah,
Is ultimately the problem. But it's got all my good toys on it.
I know.
though.
That's the thing with my Klingon on this account. Gornalicious has got everything.
Yeah.
I'll swear it depends on where you are as to whether or not you're getting rain. I'm at Delta, you person, you.
I'm on Colin, opening my Endeavour boxes. And I earned 300,000 on that one.
Nice.
Means that's another million to add to the bank repertoire of money.
Money is
I'm
good.
now up to 97 million. Only what?
97 million EC. I'm thinking 97 million dill. I'm jealous if you had that much dill.
I think the game would shut down before I'd refined all that dill.
Maybe.
Unless you don't own it in the meantime.
Well, I haven't won the lottery, but then I also haven't played the lottery in a long time. But I have some cash now, so maybe I will.
I think once you start playing it more than one ticket a week,
The security good news is at the security field. The bad news?
there's more chances for you for winning, right?
Not significantly more. I mean, the odds of winning are only fractionally better if you play than if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we need to go this way now.
32,000 dill.
I found somebody.
Wow. I know Alt Lexington gave away a Janeway class earlier today.
Nice.
Well, good for him.
But he was...
Almost there.
yeah.
Cover your corners and
I was watching a certain Twitch streamer, and he was complaining about the Battle of Procyon 5. The mission.
Because it sucks? Or was that too subtle?
No. No, he was thinking about the Nakul.
Ah.
That's not cool.
There's one more moving in on your
Oh.
position. It's fast.
Very
Tish?
good. Very good. Kind of lackluster. You left me wanting.
Timeline change imminent. That joke will never land right.
Do it now.
Garland, where are you?
Garland.
Alright, once you leave the turbulence. Wait, why are you still on the promenade? Damn, you're in a tight spot. That guy's tough.
Nah, not really.
Is Curlin there?
I'm watching Endeavor stream, and he's got the photon launcher,
I have a plan, but we
Yeah?
need to move fast.
and he's gonna do things with that photon launcher for the Undine.
Oops.
You can probably guess.
There's somebody. Nope, nobody in here. He's just gonna have fun.
Yeah.
I'm charging up the
Is there any good ways to do your own account and a friend's account at the same time
On what?
on Gateways to Greffel?
Yes. Stay on the same side. Try and keep your two ships as close together as you possibly can.
You basically have him on follow while you do the other stuff on your main account.
Yeah.
that what
Make sure
you're-
they both do at least some damage. But one thing I found is to try and keep the more powerful of the two, the one that's firing, but let the other one do some work.
Or just get Colin out and just use the jellyfish.
You could do that too. Yeah, no, I just ran it. Easier if you've got two monitors. Makes life easier.
I do have two monitors.
Then, yeah. It's doable.
But the one difference is his NX is nowhere near as quick as any of my ships.
Yeah, so you kind of have one just camp out if you can find a sweet spot near a bunch of radiation passages. Portals, whatever they're called. I
But it
can't
would
shoot
be
Lita
really
and
nice-
talk at the same time.
Yeah.
Hi, JB. How are you doing, dear?
But that's definitely I figured it out. It takes me 30 minutes to do both accounts.
Well, I
After
now
do
have...
my endeavors.
Stop that! Stop that, stop that! I'm trying to get over here and free this guy, but no. Keeps making me do other stuff.
Well, tomorrow will be Endeavor rank 666.
Perfect!
I'll take a photo of that for you.
That would be excellent.
And then all you have to do is send a screenshot of your 750 and I'll just edit it back down to 666.
Make that the permanent number. I hate it when I'm trying to run someplace and it keeps pulling me back like that. I want to go up the stairs. Stop that. I don't want to do that.
The
Now I'm
disassembler
burning
is
to death.
charged.
Thanks, Lita.
Until the discharge.
Endeavor's doing the TFO where you're on Bayshore.
Which one? Of Bajor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The one that you with the Undine.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that is, not Undine Assault. Maybe it is Undine Assault. No,
And
that's the
his thing
space
is
one.
on Elite.
Undine Infiltration.
Mm-hmm. And it's on Elite as well.
Because he doesn't love himself?
He just does random TFOs, so all evening.
Get up the stairs. She's about to go supernova.
Risky.
We're up the stairs, Rayet. I wonder if Rayet knew then that yeeting would be a word.
I like the new STO wiki.
Disassembler is charged. Get to that
New one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice.
Have they
Yeah.
changed it?
Well, I accidentally found it.
Oh,
shall
okay.
we say?
As opposed to the
And-
old one that is 90% ads and 1%
Yeah.
usable information. That one? Yeah.
Yeah. Even STO on Reddit, every time you post to the old one, they're like, a bot shows up going, yeah, let's not do that.
She won't be bothering anyone.
Alright, so I got that done on one of my 4 accounts. Yay.
So it's STO wiki, all one word, .net.
That now?
That's
net.
the
.net.
yeah, .net. That's the new one, I believe. But that's from what I can see anyway, because it has. Let me check if it's got some of the.
Yeah, that is the good one.
Is it?
Yeah. Though I want you to know I did type in STO Wookie to start because, that's me.
And
Well,
I'm
there-
looking.
There is a Wikipedia.
Of course there is. Of course there is.
Event
Hang on one
campaign
second so
number-
I can yell at my children.
I wish you would have got something really fun with STO Wookie.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Wookie.
Hey, imagine if Guinan came into the game.
I love Whoopi.
I think
I
they
need
would
to see-
probably incorporate the young Guinan too in it from the Picard, and that would be that would be disappointing for me. But
How about the older one?
I believe Sister Act 3 premiered on Disney Plus just the other day. I gotta go watch that.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, Sister Act 1 was good. Sister Act 2 was a carbon-based life form. And so hopefully 3 will be good.
The musical's fun.
There's a musical?
There's a Sister Act musical.
So, let's see. Let us play Sister Act and Star Trek
So
6 Degrees of Separation.
I have a headcanon that Sister Act, the first movie, is a holodeck program. Because you remember why she goes into witness protection, right?
Yes, I do remember that. And I know who played it. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Because I have nothing better to do than that. But points if you know who played the guy who gets shot.
Yeah, I just can't think of his name. But
Do you want me to say it?
go ahead.
It's Max Grodenchik.
It's Rom.
It's Rom. Rom is so Romish. But I thought there was somebody else from one of the Star Treks who was in it besides him. I'm looking
do
through.
I have my mic on?
Yeah, you got your mic on.
Okay. It says in the cast, Isis,
Carmen Jones plays Dolores Van Cartier.
In the
I don't know who
in the play, right?
in Sister Act, but the picture of her is of Guinan as a little kid on the
Wow.
IMDb, but I don't know what character that was. I just pulled it up, and that was the first thing I saw was a little Guinan,
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
the episode Rascals?
probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Dolores Von Cartier is Whoopi's character.
Yes.
But yeah.
But Isis Carmen played little Guinan. Sweet. We had a big storm coming, and it's going towards your town.
Is it? Is it going right now?
Indiana. Well, it's been today and yesterday, and all my storms always come your way.
We're expecting rain all day tomorrow.
I've had rain for the last 2 days. Enjoy.
Yeah, at work, somebody's like, it's going to last for 12 hours. And I'm like, exactly. Yes, it's supposed to start at 8 and end at 8. Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. Let's see.
Quick question.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
If you buy the 32nd Century Federation uniform
Uh-huh.
out of the Lobby store, is that account unlock or is that character specific?
Character Pacific.
Okay. I didn't know, and nowhere I looked had the information I was looking for.
Yeah, no. Low bike costume unlocks are per character,
Okay.
which honestly, with as much as it takes to get, they should just
That
be
means-
account.
Yeah. Like, if you have the time and effort to get 200 Lobby or 300 Lobby, you should be able to account unlock it.
Let's see.
No. No. Nope, nope.
What are you saying no about?
So 200 low buy at a normal price. That's what?
$100? $200?
There is an ad running. I will be back in 1 minute and 24 seconds after I go discuss noise with my dog. I'll be right back.
Lockbox keys get you 4 low buy per key.
Let me calculate that.
The R&D boxes give you a minimum of 10.
So if you go just the lot boxes,
Mm-hmm.
that means you'll need 50 keys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how many R&D packs?
R&D packs are a base 10 low buy.
That means you'll need 20 of them.
Yeah.
So, how much are they?
Let's see. Keys are 125 Zen each.
125 each times 50?
Uh-huh. Or you
Yeah.
can get a pack of 10 for 1,125.
Well, that took less than 1 minute and 24 seconds.
Trust me when I say this, that gets very expensive.
What gets
Yep.
expensive?
Trying to
talking
get
about the
Go
Lobby
ahead.
costumes.
Oh, it
Yeah.
can, yes, absolutely.
and R&D packs are 250 Zen or for 1 or a pack of 4 for 800 Zen. So yeah, there is nothing in the low buy or Muds market that should ever be character unlock.
I know I got the Section 31 badge,
Good
and I
evening,
sort of regret it
Chosen.
now.
Now, go ahead.
I was going to say we are going to do the event on Federation for those of you who need to still do it, who haven't done it yet, as soon as I can find Petty Cash here. There's Petty Cash.
I'll drop
I
out to
can-
give you space.
Okay.
You
I know.
can join, invite me if you choose.
Let's see who needs it. Have you done it yet?
What is it?
Well, we've got our choice of Herald Sphere, which we're not going to play, Gateway to Grethor, which is fine, and Brotherhood of the Sword, which is also fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just did the Gateway at Grethor.
Oh, well, then you've got it done for the day. Lucky
All
you.
by myself on the right-hand side, by
Oh
the
my
way.
God.
Everybody else was on the left, not knowing what they're doing.
Yeah, well, I'm noticing that today. JB, let me
It's-
get you an invitation here. Where are you, JB? Oh, there you are. Mr. Dave, you need it. I know that. So let me get you. There you are.
I did mine when it first came out.
Wolfie needs it. So I've got Mr. Dave, I've got JB, I've got Wolfie. Does anybody else need it? I'm currently 1850. Yeah, you're fine, Mr. Dave. Remember,
Wolfie still plays the game.
yeah, she's here
I haven't
tonight.
seen her forever.
Well, she's here now.
She doesn't like me.
Yep, Mr. Dave, you still got 3 full campaigns plus this one, and this one only started today, so you've got ample time to get it done. At 1800 out of 4200, you're more than far enough along.
Ooh, I don't even know what I have.
I'm at 2,155 out of the 4,200.
I am 2,300 out of 4,200.
2250, 2300.
Yeah. Why am I 1900? What am I doing wrong?
You missed a day.
I must have.
You've clearly missed quite a few days.
I guess I can still get it though, huh?
Oh yeah, you got
Yeah.
plenty of time. It's only 4200, and this is basically the third of 6 events. So you've got 3 full events plus this one, and we're only 1 day into this one. You can easily do it.
Oh, sweet. I never do anything 20 hours. It's usually just the next day.
Well, it's not all of us have a life outside of the game.
And talk about my friend's account here real quick. I specifically told him that I am not going to go and do every event, like what I do on my own account. If there's any ships available, or for the big meta event, I'll go after it. But anything outside of that, he can go and do one.
Well, since I'm running 2 of Ed's old ones, I need to run it on that, and that's going to get really old really fast running this 4 times a day, and there's no AFK option. All right, anybody else need the event for today? Okay, and do we want to do Brotherhood of the Sword or Gateway to Grethor? Sav's at 42 of 42 because Sav cheated and bought her way out of it. That's Sav.
Same with my friend. And according to my friend, he does it every year since it started.
Yep. I have
He
to.
does what?
The meta event.
Oh.
See, if you pay it out at the start of each event and then you do every day after that, you're about 1,500 to near enough 2,000 at the first event.
Sav does not care about events. Sav just does not want to do the grind.
Sav is...
Sav wants the baby, not the labor pains.
Boy, I can totally get behind that.
labor.
Not having labor. Labor was not fun. No worries, Wolfie. We're going to do this. Do we want to do Gateway or do we want to do Brotherhood? I just need to know what you want to do. Chosen says Event 2 of the event campaign hasn't even started yet on console. Somebody needs to make a decision. I've run them both tonight.
I showed
Brotherhood is a ground mission, Wolfie, where you go in and you have to get 3 control points every time for the Iconian technology. So there's 1 in the middle and then 2 on the outside, so people just have to work together. But it actually can go super fast if you know what you're doing. It's a good thing about doing these TFOs is people do get to know them a little bit better. But Herald Sphere is still... Ugh. Well, let us do Gateway, just to make life easy for everybody.
I'm on my KDF character.
Did you want to join us?
Yeah.
Is that a yes or a no?
Are you KDF or Federation?
Well, I can make it a private party. It's no problem if we want to do that, because we have 4 people.
Oh, go on then. I'll join you on my KDF.
Oh, okay, fine. What's your KDF's name? Well, I'll see it pop up here.
Kern? Kergen.
There you go. Oops. I lied. We're on
Someone-
Federation. My bad. But I can still invite you. No worries, Kurgan.
While you're inviting, can someone answer a Voyager question for me?
Go
With the-
on.
With the correct answer? Maybe.
Well, when they have all senior staff
Yes.
meetings,
Yes.
why do they let Ensign Kim in there? He's an ensign,
But understand this, he's one of the
and
main
he's
characters on the
not
bridge.
the only ensign, though.
He's got main character plot protection.
I know.
Yeah.
But Wesley didn't go to him, and he was
Yeah, but
an
was
ensign.
he was
Tilly
an
didn't go to
honorary
him.
ensign? You know, that's a whole reasonable story you're asking about. No, we can't have reasonable questions. Yeah. No, why they never promoted him, I don't know. But you know,
And it's really not even the right Harry. The real Harry died. This is that fake one, if you remember.
low calorie Harry. Low cal Harry substitute.
Different timeline Harry.
By the way, Harry says hi.
Locale Harry. Tastes the same, just not instant enough.
I can't believe he's not an ensign. Is that the one? All right, who's going left? Who's going right?
What ship are you in?
I'm in a Vorgon, yeah. A Vorgon Etargia. And a Vorgon POS, how's that?
Basically a Vorgon Targ, effectively.
Voyager
Decloaking.
had a limited crew after being shot in the Delta Quadrant, so even an ensign made him senior staff.
Yep.
But they had other people.
We also have to question how many of those episodes were the Demon Planet clones.
Oh, yeah. So there we have the next story that we never dealt with. They get back to Earth, but they're all clones, and they're there to take it over.
Well, we actually have, for at least for that one Demon Planet one, we know what happened to them.
Yeah, I know, but can you imagine if maybe that didn't really happen to them?
Oh, so basically a Battlestar Galactica thing where it turns out they're all Cylons.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Sorry,
go.
I should have given spoilers for that nearly
Transporter in it.
2-decade-old show.
That one.
Then they can land on an uninhabited planet, and it's devastated, and then they walk across the mountain range, and they see the broken Statue of Liberty sticking up out of the volcano or
Yeah,
something.
that one.
The fun part
let us
of
mix
Voyager
our
that I do
metaphors.
like
Run to the planet.
is where Chakotay steals the Delta Flyer again. To try and save the crew of the Voyager. The alternate timeline one.
I do not remember that one.
Yeah. He was going to get charged with treason.
Oh man, they...
Ways are emitting intense levels of
Let's shoot ourselves in the foot by taking one of our competent officers and charging him with treason. Just because it's a convenient plot point.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The only
I mean-
plot point that mattered anyway was the lives of 150 crew.
Apparently
No,
not.
The only life that mattered was Tuvix.
Oh,
I still think we ought to have here on the show one night the trial of Catherine Janeway for the possible murder of Tuvix. And I know people
guys-
are very strong with their opinions on this. We could have a really good discussion.
Well, how about the trial of Darkmom Consortium retiring permanently from her job?
How about I actually sat down with my boss and talked about it, so I'm going to start cutting back on hours. But
That's not even a trial. That's just that's basically a big shindig. The potluck.
what, me cutting back on hours?
Yeah.
Or I got to make sure I can swing it financially and survive.
Oh, you
There's a difference between I've got sufficient money to do it and I've got sufficient money to do it for 35 years. Not quite the same thing.
35 years or 50 years?
50 is pushing it. But
You
if we
need to do.
go ahead,
If you get Cryptic
yes,
or Deca
yes,
or whichever, or the thing of playing this game,
mm-hmm.
remasters for all ships need to come first.
No, that is not the first thing.
Why? Space Barbie is the ultimate endgame.
It may be the
Endgame
ultimate
is-
endgame, but we've had other things we've talked about that have to be higher on the priorities. Though off the top of my head, I can't remember what the
The
number
graphics
one
engine
issue
stuff?
was to resolve.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
Fabaduke says F2 Vix. I like 2 Vix.
I'm surprised that, 32 years after Voyager,
We're still talking about the damn thing.
Still talking about Tuvix.
Yeah,
I just seen that episode recently because I hadn't never really watched much
it's
Voyager.
a good episode.
Is it is you guys like Tuvix? I mean, you didn't find
As a
him
character?
whiny or anything?
I
Not as
liked 2
not as
I mean,
whiny
we're
as I found
supposed to feel
Neelix.
sorry for him, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that I felt sorry for him. I found him to be interesting.
I mean, wasn't he begging for his life, and then they pulled the cord anyway?
Kind of.
Okay. That's what I thought, but
Are beginning their run to the planet.
I feel bad because I hit a bunny rabbit driving home from Philadelphia. And Janeway's just like, well, hey, that happens. Yeah.
We were leaving our little subdivision, and one of the neighbors' pups, not even a pup, just one of their small dogs, just likes to chase our tires.
Aw.
Yeah, we're still a little shook from that.
Sav says Voyager was my least favorite trek. So much lazy writing. Yep.
Shipyard
Very lazy writing. Though I think Discovery has lazy writing, but
So, Discovery does have lazy writing, but it also suffers from the truncated short seasons.
yeah.
10 episodes is, you have to hit so many plot points and get to the point. It's not fun.
It becomes really, really important to have a whole story arc scripted out and attention paid to every detail, which is the same issue they had with Picard season 1 and 2. Not great script writing, very lazy script writing, and no attention to detail, so a lot of plot points were just thrown in as kind of fan servicey type things.
and then they started with X amount of shuttles, lost a bunch of them, but still kept getting more shuttles. They never ran out of torpedoes either, did
Are we
they?
talking about Voyager?
Voyager,
So-
yeah.
So I have ways of writing it. They were slowly cannibalizing decks they weren't using.
Okay.
the way I see it, by the time the 7th season came around, or by the time the 3rd or 4th season, they figured out how to make photon torpedoes.
It's like they built 2 Delta Flyers.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it more like 4 or 5 by this point?
Yeah, but this is without getting into temporal issues of, because of First Contact, the timeline had changed.
Temporal
Um,
hijinks.
Right. As the greatest man in all of Starfleet history, Miles O'Brien says, I hate temporal mechanics.
Yeah, really.
But no, for the torpedoes, I see either 2 things. Either they were cannibalizing unused decks by pulling everybody into, close quarters,
Mm-hmm.
Or some of those torpedoes, once again, were the Demon Planet clones.
I like that one. Mr. Dave
Cool.
says, I can't watch Voyager now since she reminds me of my new boss I don't like. I will tell you, she was not a fun person to meet IRL.
Who, Mulgrew?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so. I think it would be funny to meet her and then like ask her about obscure characters she
I
played.
always do that. That's what makes it fun.
I think it would too, because they used to do a radio show I listened to. Used to do a thing called like Loser Thursday. They and they interviewed Lloyd Bridges, celebrity actor Lloyd Bridges, but every question they asked him was about Airplane, and I
Yeah.
thought it was hilarious.
Because Airplane is brilliant. Airplane and the other one, Hot Shots.
Yeah, that's like asking Leslie Nielsen about the Naked Gun and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he was proud of that.
that
He
was
loved
bread and butter,
Naked
yeah.
Gun.
Oh yeah.
We will fight for Kronos.
How do you feel about Liam Neeson reviving that role? I'm kind of excited.
Which
from-
role is he doing?
He's going to be Drebin.
So actually, he's playing Frank Drebin Jr.
Oh my God!
good.
He's playing Frank's son. So
Because we don't realize that that what's his name was a serious actor before Naked Gun. I just didn't
Oh, yeah.
know that at the
oh
time.
yeah,
Oh,
he was a straight man.
Absolutely, and usually, the Heavy, he played the bad guy in a lot of stuff. But apparently he was always a total goofball.
Yeah.
Pirate Scum says, that's how you wreck Iconians. Yes, it is. Sav says, Shatner's a jerk too. Yes, I know. I've worked security for him. That wasn't fun. They couldn't make Airplane nowadays. Not the way they did that. No, and they couldn't make Blazing Saddles these days either.
I still want the studio to release all of the Blazing Saddles TV show episodes.
Yeah. Anytime, JB. Anytime,
It's
Mr.
okay.
Dave.
It's okay. I speak jive. Could you imagine that in a movie? That would be hilarious.
Yes, and that's what Mr. Dave just said, too.
I speak jive. So, Star Trek talk. I want you guys to make a bridge and a medical staff, and you have to use characters from every show, starting now. You got to get a captain. You got to pick somebody from DS9, Voyager, Discovery,
For Bridge Crew?
cartoons. Yeah,
And-
Bridge Crew.
Okay.
Say your
and-
favorites.
No double ups, right?
I would think not. Yeah.
I'll give you mine. Kate Mulgrew for the captain. The chief medical officer of the original Enterprise.
Bones.
NCC 1701. Yep, Bones. Spock as the second in... No. Data would be the second in command. Or first officer. Chakotay would be chief science officer. Benjamin Sisko would be head of tactical.
Okay.
I notice how we are avoiding Enterprise in there.
Oh, I was
then
just trying to think of we need Tucker.
Yeah.
And-
Tucker is the fleet admiral.
Wow, that's a promotion.
I really want. Who's the guy? And I can't remember his name. He wanted 4 ships. He wanted 4 shifts, and I want it now. Do it now.
Jellicoe.
Jellicoe. I think Jellicoe needs to be in there. I like Jellicoe. He did nothing wrong.
The Jellicoe is in solitary confinement in the Federation
He's lost his mind with
Pheno colony
coloring
for-
crayons.
for violating the Temporal Prime Directive in the Azor Nebula.
Well, at least he's in there.
7 violations that he had to fix.
So when I first
So
started
he's
working in business as a team leader, I was given the book Make It So, which is leadership values as taught by Jean-Luc Picard. And it's interesting because that book has been updated now, and it's leadership as taught by the Star Trek captains. But all of those ones, Picard is still the one they pick on the most in terms of being the best leader. Not necessarily best captain, but best leader. So if I had a captain as a leader, it would probably be Picard. Mr. Dave says we need Shaw. I like Shaw because Shaw's a contrarian. He's extremely aware and capable, but he can see the negative side of things too. But he pulls a lot from his own personal history, and would that color him too much to be a captain? Yes, I think he'd be a very good first officer.
You know what? You know what they could have done to enhance that particular thing where he said he was at the the Battle of War 359.
Mm-hmm.
They should have shown a flashback to that particular, scene on the USS Constance.
Mm-hmm.
That would have made the viewers go, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
What was his name? He used to be O'Brien's commander.
Oh.
He played the warden in Shawshank.
Yes, him. I don't know his name. So, you know why they didn't put the cutscene from the Constance on there?
Well,
Money. Money, money, money. They didn't have it.
let's be honest. If they did, it would have got the plot point a lot better than what it did.
Bob Gunston played Captain Benjamin Maxwell.
Yes, from the Pegasus, right?
No, he was the one that had problems with Cardassians.
Oh, okay.
The USS Phoenix, wasn't it? The
Oh,
USS
Phoenix.
Phoenix,
Yeah,
the Nebula.
yeah.
So should we play Who Are You Going to Throw Out of an Airlock now?
Well, I was just thinking, so we got to meet with the set designers from
Keiko, I'm
Picard
looking at you.
in Vegas.
Mm.
Wolfie is off. Have a good night, Wolfie. You take care. And they were talking about getting everything the way they wanted it. And they're like, yeah, we can do that, but we can't do that on that budget. Okay, what can you do on the budget? So there's a lot of cheap wood that was painted to look right. And, what can we sacrifice? What can we give up? So a lot of the sets were not the most fabulous, but they did a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah.
Where they spent money in crazy amounts of money is if you're on the bridge and you see all the panels that are lighting up correctly and you're seeing the correct information crossing them, it's not just a backlit panel. They had people behind the panels running computers to make sure everything stayed synced up and all the visuals were perfect for that.
Yeah, like that Last Generation scenes on
Right.
the Enterprise D.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the advancements in thin panels and everything, and they're like, we couldn't do this on the original set and have
Right.
everything just cascade up
Mm-hmm.
to power. It's like, ooh.
We can do it now.
And you can imagine how much cooler that set is just without all the lights needed to backlight those things.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Well, let's be honest. They did a nice recreation of the Enterprise D's bridge.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Right.
Geordie reset the galaxy, from what I heard, or for what I see, the bridge that was in Generations, I think was a one-time use bridge only.
Yeah, so he rebuilt it to stock season 1 configuration, not the movie upgrade with the extra panels on the side and extra stations. And honestly, if you're going to rebuild the hot rod you drove in high school,
You might as well put it back to its original condition
yeah.
back in season 1.
yeah.
Zelda is eating some sherbet, which I assume is either sorbet or sherbet or some combination thereof. Anyway, I need to go play with the Hellspawn. So, I'm going to get out of here. Let's go raid somebody. Who needs some raid love? Who's out there?
Endeavor or Medic?
Give me
Well,
a sec. See if we got somebody on my.
okay. I've got Endeavor.
How about them? They've only got 2 viewers going. I think,
Medic's got 7 going. Chuli, we haven't raided Chuli in a while, and he raided us the other night. So we're going to go raid Chuli. Hey, Demise, great to have you here. We're going to go raid... Oh, no, he's done.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Chuli. We're coming over to give you a raid, and no. Lord Snarl, RLDNC, Pred Metal, Disorder Lord, Black Rose Clark, Endeavor,
How about
Medic.
How about the one?
Go ahead.
How about the one I just linked?
Sure. There we go. Yep, there we go. And this is Xanacon Namero. So, you know the rules. Share the love. If you haven't given him a follow, give him a follow. And we will be on, hopefully, if I wake up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Everyone have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Da, 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 da.